Hi everybody and welcome to another video by me, John at JWH Millinery. So how many times has your child come home and said, Mum, Dad, tomorrow it's this at school and I've got to dress like this and you have time to go to the shop, there's nothing, you can't find anything, and you think, oh my god, what am I going to do? I just have to make something. Now Easter's coming up and I know a lot of the kids are on school at the moment, but they probably still want an Easter bonnet. And you search in the shops and you're like, I cannot find a straw hat to make an Easter bonnet. Well, this tutorial we will show you how to make a beautiful bonnet which is actually made out of a gift bag. And this is the hat in question. Now, it's made from a gift bag, like I said earlier, and we've put some flying Easter eggs with feathers and chickens and some grass and everything on it. I mean, obviously it's a little bit over the top, but you know, it's a tutorial. If you was to make this yourself, you know, you could easily omit the eggs and it would still be a very Easter bonnet looking type hat. So if you want to see how we came up with this, keep on watching.
For this tutorial, you're going to need the following: one large Easter gift bag, various Easter supplies, and we have used chickens, grass, polystyrene eggs, and some feathers. And that's all you're going to need. The hat block we've used in this tutorial is the MBB from Guy Moss Brown. So to start, undo the gift bag and cut all the different sections apart from each other. You're going to need the front and the back and two side pieces. Remove the handles from the gift bag and put these aside till later. Using the block as a guide, draw around the block on both sides of the bigger pieces of the gift bag, making sure you leave ample enough room on one of them for the brim. On the piece where you've made the brim, measure out about 2 inches and mark all around. Join all your points to give a nice smooth curve. Do the same on the inside, but only measure in this time about 1 inch and join all your points together, giving a nice smooth curve which will replicate the one on the outside. Cut out all the pieces of the hat and cut small incisions into the brim where the seam allowance is. Cut down towards the line, bending the seam allowance over to the brim line, and if you do this as you go along, you can see how it's going to fit. Wrap the side portions of the gift bag around the block and mark where the pieces join. Cut off any excess and glue these together using Yoo-hoo glue. I would keep these together with some paper clips and rest on the block until the glue is dry. Once the glue has fully dried, remove carefully from the block. Position the crown over the brim and apply glue to the seam allowance on the brim. Carefully push this back over the block and the seam allowance will stick to the crown. Leave this to fully dry. Once it's fully dry, pull the hat up on the brim around 1 inch and draw a line on the inside using the block as a ruler and remove the hat from the block. Like we did with the brim, cut to the line on the seam allowance and bend the seam allowance over as you go. Apply some glue to the tip of the crown, just around the edge, and place this onto the crown. Turn upside down and place the block inside to keep the shape. Make any adjustments to the tip as you need to here. Once this is dried, remove the block and decide where you want to attach the bag handles to keep the hat on the head. A bit like using ribbon on a nice little bonnet. Mark the positions, keeping this even at both sides. Use a pen or a pencil to poke a hole through the hat. I would use some blue tack underneath though to stop any damage to your table. Make the holes larger with some scissors and thread the handles through the holes, making sure you've got a knot at each end. You can now decorate this hat however you wish, but this is what we did. We added the polished iron eggs onto some millinery wire, but if you don't have millinery wire, you could just use a wire coat hanger. We then glued some feathers onto the eggs, not using a lot of glue because with polished iron you've got to be careful with the type of glue you're using. We didn't fully cover the eggs neither because the texture of the polished iron eggs kind of replicated how an Easter egg looks when you take the foil wrapping off. Use the biggest egg to secure the ends of the wire and use a bit of glue if you need to secure this down. We then covered the sides of the hat with some dried grass by putting glue onto the side of the hat and holding the grass into place. Then we positioned the chickens onto the hat, just a bit like they was playing around. And then finally, apply some glue where you want to add the flying eggs. Once you're happy where the eggs are going to be, hold this into place until it's dry.
So thank you very much for watching this video. It's really nice to hear all your feedback, all your comments down below. So if you've got one, pop it down below. If you haven't, just take a second and hit that subscribe button. And if you've subscribed, make sure you hit that bell. It's down there somewhere. And you'll be notified when I upload my next video. If you want to follow me on all my social media, they'll be linked at the end of this video and also in the description box below. I look forward to next time, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!